In today's recording, I'm going to show you how you can create a new composition and just show you around the After Effects area. So right now I already have a document set up, but let's go ahead and create a new one. So we're going to go to File, New Project. So let's just assume I don't have anything right now. Then once you have your project windows, you have to go to Composition, New Composition. And the preset that I want to use is already set. It is HDTV 1080 29.97. And you can make sure that the width is 1920 by 1080. It should default all to the same. If you want to change your background color, you can double click, change it up to red, and then hit OK. If you don't want to work with the background color red, you changed your mind, you can go up to Composition, Composition Settings, and change it back to black. Also, one thing to note is my time code is set to 30 seconds. So the very last one is our frames. We have our seconds is the second one. We have minutes and then hours. So I have from 0 to 30 seconds. It ends at 30 seconds. Hit OK. If you need to adjust your time at any point, you can go back and you can go to Composition and you can go to Composition Settings and you can make this longer or shorter, whatever you need to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Layer, New, Text, and I'm just going to type something in. And I wrote hello. If I want to move it over, I can just move it over. You can scale just by grabbing the corners, but I find that it's really hard to control doing it that way. What I like to do is just work over on this side. On our side menu, you have a character menu. If it's somewhat hidden like this, you can put your cursor in between the two windows and you can move it down and then you can get a full view of all the different aspects here. If I want to change color, I can double click, change the color, I can change the font. I can change the size. I can even change the height, keeping the width constraints, but I can change the height. Let me just move that down so you can see. And then the opposite of that, if I put it to 100, is I can make it kind of a wider font. Another thing you can do is if I just want to select the H, I can just make the H tall. I can make the H a different color. And when I click away, you'll see that it is actually a darker purple versus the lighter. You can also play around with where your height is set at. So I just have the H selected and I'm going to drop the H down. You have a lot of different options playing around with the characters. Now what I want to do is I want to change a background. So I'm going to create a new solid. Layer, New, Solid, and I'll change the background. I'll change background to a blue. And now here I have a cyan solid. On here we can see that it is going all the way to the 30 seconds. If I want to move that over and I want my cyan to come in, let's say at 5 seconds, I can just move it over. And my hello is hidden underneath the cyan, so I'm just going to drag that up above it. And now I can see my hello. It's almost flashing there. If I want to cut it down, what I can do is I have a few different options. You can always go to the end of a clip and roll it up. Another option you have of cutting something is you can go and scrub across to where you want it to be cut. Edit, split layer, and it has now split them into two different layers. If I want to just delete one of the layers, I can just click on it and hit delete on my keyboard. So we have it coming in as black, then we have our text, and then we have this blue one. Let's say I want to have another solid, layer, new solid, and I'll make it white. I'm going to drag it below all the other ones, and move it across. And this time, another way that you can cut, I'm going to scrub it over here. What you can do is on your keyboard, if you hold Alt and you hit your right bracket, it actually cuts it directly to the spot at the end where you scrub to. Okay, next thing I want to show you is just as I'm scrubbing here, we have our hello. Actually, I'll extend the hello to go all the way here. Then we have that blue tone, and then it goes on to white. Okay. I want to align the hello to the stage. Once I click on the hello, I have to click on my align. If you don't see align, window, align, and here I have my different align values. If I want to align my text to the stage, I can click horizontal center alignment and vertical center alignment.